Hello, and welcome to the February monthly cheese subscription box through Cheese Grotto. This is a fun box that we've put together for Valentine's Day. You just got it. This will be fun, whatever evening or day you choose to enjoy it. But it's always fun to start to think a little bit more creatively about what what are romantic pairings, right? I think we think a lot about chocolate, which we do have custom made chocolate. If anyone who got the pairings are strawberry chocolate here. Chocolate and cheese is awesome. I could talk for a very long time about why. But it does make its debut on our romantic cheese and pairings February monthly subscription box. But it's also fun to think about other ways beyond heart-shaped items and chocolates. Like how else could we infuse romance into cheese? So that's a little bit, the musings that we have on the February subscription box every time, and every time Valentine's Day comes around, is how do we kind of expand what that is. I love me a heart-shaped brie. Don't get me wrong, but it's also fun to like explore some of these themes a little bit more. So yes, hello, my name is Jessica, founder of Cheese Grotto, and I'm here alongside Carrie, who does a lot of great events as well as customer service for Cheese Grotto. So so yeah, today we're gonna get into these pretty cool cheeses that we got here. We how okay, Carrie, have you well, you definitely probably haven't had the Made Me Blush yet because
No, no, I haven't. I haven't tapped into it just yet.
yes. So that one was made especially for us, which is really cool. It's really fun to like start to foster these relationships. This is the one that is rolled in rose petals here. Have you had the Mount Bethel Blue?
No, no, I haven't touched them yet. This is all new to me. The cowbell I have, more cowbell I have had.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, no, totally. We kind of like try to like balance it out where it's like we have, something that's a little bit more approachable, accessible for all in the family, which is like the more cowbell, which is a 100% cow milk cheese from Goat Rodeo, which is a little bit confusing when you're like, wait, it says goat in the name of the company, but they do make a certain amount of 100% cow milk cheeses as well. And this one is just like a lovely take on an Alpine mountain side cheese that has been aged and sealed in wax. So that's going to be the one that we start off with for our tasting this evening and for our board building, just because it's going to be the most approachable one. That I like to call this kind of cheese like a table cheese. Do you ever call them that?
More cowbell, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, it's a real people pleaser, I think. It's not just all about the Saturday Night Live skit. It's not, but
Yeah.
it is also one of those, if you see it in the store, you got to ask what it is because all it says on the label is more cowbell. What kind of cheese is that? What's the flavor profile? And because it's not exactly descriptive on the label. So that's, I guess, why we're here.
Yes. Yeah, no, totally.
And I noticed that, when you open it up, um, I have all of mine hiding here in Greta, the grotto. Um, when they cut through it, it drags through the black wax. And that's what it is. It's just black wax. It's nothing to be afraid of. You just kind of scrape it off if you even care about it.
Yeah, it's actually quite a delicate wax. Like it's like a breathable wax actually.
Yeah.
So it's like which is interesting for aging cheese because it means that it's not fully sealed. It's still getting some of those like flavor profiles of an Alpine style through that breathability, but it's also like the rind is still protected. But it is interesting with like when you see that, it's like a lot of, I feel like with a lot of Goudas, the rind is like really thick. It's like really strong wax. And that's not really the case with this More Cowbell. It's
Yeah,
like,
the black wax is a cool choice. I mean, it looks really pretty on the board, and I like how you have it, sitting with the wax rind on it already. It's still, I mean, you can remove it, but having the wax rind on it is just kind of dramatic looking.
yeah, it's a nice like visual contrast for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do like to keep a little bit when I'm plating, um, of this cheese, like, yeah, and any kind of wax cheese. I do kind of like having the wax on there, even though it's not edible, but it's just mostly like it adds that like color and texture dynamic to building a board as well. But um yeah, so usually when I try this cheese, uh I like cutting it in wedges like this. Mostly because, then you have just a little bit of the edge rind here, but because it's a wedge, it just kind of like naturally cuts into these triangle pieces. And then that way, like you can taste the cheese from the center of the wheel, like all the way out to the rind. Um, and a lot of times when I'm tasting like this specific style, these kind of firmer styles of cheese, I like to take a piece like this and I will like break it in half, and then I will get a little bit of like an aroma from it. And then after
This,
I breathe in that aroma, then I will take a bite of the cheese and like allow it to kind of um, melt a little bit on my tongue and the roof of my mouth while breathing in. But it's kind of similar to, in a cheese shop, if you cut open a wheel of cheese for the first time, it's the most aromatic it possibly can be. And you can kind of replicate that on a small scale with a little piece of cheese to release that aroma. Um, it
mm,
kind of dissipates relatively quickly. So you kind
has
of,
a really nice sour tang to it that I really like.
Mhm.
That lactic note.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, it definitely has. It's just like they kind of explain it having like a little bit of like an herbal
Mm.
quality to it also, but it is very like approachable. It's like kind of not, yeah, like not like an aggressive herb, I would say.
Well, especially on the sourdough butter bites. That would be really tasty on that because it would, it doesn't, it's not a cheese that crumbles and disappears. It really kind of melds with whatever you're eating it with, I think.
Hmm. Yeah,
Oh, I'm so happy my husband sharpened my knives.
beautiful, beautiful cuts. Um, yeah, it's just like a super approachable cheese. I think yeah, the kind of butter sourdough with that cheese is like it just kind of brings out more of that like buttery creaminess of it. But yeah, definitely you can melt this as well. If you wanted to make some kind of little crostini or something with the crostinis, uh, that came in the kit, that could be really tasty with this cheese too. Really with the blue, that would be good too, actually. Melt that on there and then you can just smear a little bit of the pate.
I decided to go with this decorative board tonight
That's gorgeous. I love
because
it.
the next two cheeses are really not, like fancy portionable, just like you have on your board, Jessica. They basically you put the pieces on there and
Yeah,
eat directly from them. So I went with a board you don't cover entirely with cheese and other things. So it has it's mesquite with turquoise inlay.
it's great. I love the way that you're plating the cheese alongside the blue there. That looks really nice.
And the color is also, when you have a pretty board, you don't want to cover it up entirely.
No, for sure. I mean, this is kind of like a good practice and like the more maybe not minimalist, but just like the cheese itself is enough of a showcase, you know. Sometimes you don't have to fill every inch of a board to like really make a statement. And there's kind of like, you know, we always kind of teach these classes where it's like very bountiful, every inch of space covered with a myriad of items, which is nice too. But I feel like this is a good
And it's good for two
focus.
people.
Yes, totally.
Or one as the case is tonight.
Yeah. Aw. Well, it's not Valentine's Day yet, so you know.
No.
But even if you're by yourself enjoying this
Mhm.
cheese, I think that's a pretty good night. So,
We eat with our
um,
eyes first, right?
yes, yes, totally. But yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, this cheese, yeah, I think this is just like a great, like classic cheese. Like some of the recommendations, for pairing, like drinking wise, like a Viognier or Sancerre, dry Riesling. For the reds, like it is still a little bit more on the light side flavor profile wise. So like I would go more with like a lighter red. Like, you know, Beaujolais, Gamay, or maybe a Pinot Noir. Like Cabernet Franc would probably be the most intense
That's
that
what
I
I have as a
would.
Cabernet Franc
Oh, yes. Are you sipping now?
from Sierra Foothills.
Beautiful.
Hopefully my husband isn't watching this because now he knows that I opened an Easton.
He doesn't have one of the subscriptions. You do. So, yeah. You'll have no idea.
Terra Rouge Easton is one of our favorite places in the Sierra Foothills.
Oh my God.
And they release no wine before it's time. This one is actually quite young, being a 23. Quite often they don't release their wines, and like we have some 16s that they just released.
Oh wow.
This is slightly verging on corked, so we'll see how it opens up.
Okay. Yeah, so it's time. It was time to open that. Yeah.
But it
Wow.
is a lighter body, totally lighter body. And Sierra Foothills tends to be a lot more fruit forward, which always enjoys cheese.
That's it. That's really important is having like, yeah, with these kind of styles, especially like low tannin, like lower tannin and like fruit forward, um, for reds. Really good. Really good. So yeah, I mean, we can try that. You know, I think we can play around with the pairings in a little bit. Maybe we'll go on to the next cheese first, and then yeah, we'll go through the cheeses and then play around with pairings a little bit. So we have our very special, made me blush.
I haven't played with this one yet, so I'm looking forward to it. And it has some action.
Oh yeah,
Love it.
it does. It does. It's this on this side you can see there's a little bit of extra rose petal that kind of moved a little off the rind. So if that happens to yours, you know, you can just kind of place it back on on the top. But yeah, this is an interesting cheese. Like it was something that I reached out to Yoav. We actually have two Pennsylvania cheeses here. So we have like the first one is from Goat Rodeo, and then the second one is from Perrystead Dairy. And Pennsylvania is actually a fabulous place for enjoying artisan cheese, American made, Philadelphian made, American artisan cheese. And so this one, they make it in Philadelphia, in the city proper. It is a micro creamery. Yoav Perry, who started the company, he used to live in New York City. That's how I originally met him. And he had a cheese making supply company, and then basically moved to Philadelphia and started his own micro creamery, which he has been expanding out, especially higher volumes of this cheese called schmear, which is like a kind of like a cream cheese, but it does not, it can't, it's just like whole milk, like a tangy spread. And that's kind of something that they're really growing their production on. But they also have had some really incredible acknowledgement through the World Cheese Awards, through other various awards for the quality of their aged styles. We did feature their tree hug in our December box. But this one is one that they've never made before. So this is completely new. It is a tomme style, which means that it's an uncooked curd, uh, semi-firm cheese. So a lot of hard cheeses, the curd has been cut and then cooked to reheat, like heated. And then it is strained off into a form and then pressed. With tome styles, they are not actually, they usually don't go through the cooked process. So they have a little bit more of a aggressive addition of rennet. They actually are very experimental with their rennets as well. There's like some thistle rennet in this cheese. They use thistle rennet more frequently than anyone I've ever met in the States. But basically, with a little bit more of an aggressive dosage of rennet, you get a little bit of a denser curd structure, and then that gets cut, and then it expels more moisture, and then it's ladled into a form. So that's why it kind of looks like a brie, but it's not going to completely ripen like one. It's denser. It's got a denser center, but you can actually see a whisper of a cream line right underneath that rind. I cut off.
Wow, does it ever have a tooth to it? It really hangs on your palate and your teeth. When I first tasted it, I'm like, this is gonna want bubbles
Yeah.
because of how it coats your palate. And it's got a little bit of funk to it, not a lot of funk to it, but sometimes I can so conflict with wine. And it did not with the Cabernet or the Cab Franc.
It did not
It
conflict.
didn't. No, no, actually, it held up quite well. I think the fruitiness of the it sounds like Moira Rose. The fruitiness of the Cab Franc um kind of whisked the cheese off my palate and they combined quite nicely.
Oh,
And I
I love
did get a
that.
little bit more floral.
Ooh, yeah, it brought that out a little
Hmm.
bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Perrystead Dairy is not known for making cheeses for the faint of heart, I would say. I feel like a lot of their, I don't know if how have you tried like at some shows, some of their
I have, yeah.
cheeses? Like,
And I saw an interview also with Yoav Perry, and basically he does his stuff.
yeah,
He makes his cheeses, and you take it or leave it. And most of them are, and they're most of them are soft ripened. So this is probably the first tome that I've seen from him. Most of them are like got the real funky European flavor of a bloomy rinded cheese or a camembert or a washed rind cheese. And then he puts them in a vending machine.
yeah, he has a cheese vending machine. That got him on the map, definitely. It was like that was like like he was in all the publications
Right.
because like all the eater and like all these things. Um yeah, because
So
of
roses are, they're edible, but I don't know that I'd go to the grocery store, get a bouquet of roses and eat them. You probably kind of have to be a little bit careful as to your sourcing.
yes. Yeah, definitely these are edible ones. But I would say use your judgment. Like I probably like this piece on the side is a lot, it's pretty heavy on so I might distribute that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Uh, like how it
Well,
fell
I
off.
was looking at your piece there and I can see more color than in mine. I have had it in Greta, the grotto, basically for 24 hours.
Uh-huh.
And I should have looked closer at the rind when I put it in there, to see if some of the foliage that's on the exterior changed overnight and
Oh.
maybe blued a little bit, molded just a touch.
Yeah, there is a little bit of blue on mine too. I saw that as like it's kind of like blue green.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's definitely like part of the development of the rind
right.
itself too. So definitely having a little bit of that addition is going to like expedite some of that development. I was talking
Mhm.
to Yoav about it, and he was saying that if you add infusions to a cheese, you definitely have to be balanced in terms of making sure that the rind is cured enough before you
Mhm.
add the infusion onto it.
Makes
Um,
sense.
yeah, because there can be some issues if it's a little too wet. And he like gave a couple examples of some cheeses. Apparently Alp, I was kind of talking about Alp Blossom, and how, this is a very, Alp Blossom is a very popular cheese. We all love it. It's like an Alpine style, that is rolled in a myriad of blossoms and herbs from the Alps. But it does, apparently, they were having some issues with that as well, with like kind of an overdevelopment, um, just for like consistency. So there's always this kind of like balance between like curing the exterior. But tomes do usually, this is the tome. The Alp Blossom is like a alpine, like it's like a
Mhm.
denser style. And a tome usually does develop quite a rind, like especially the European styles. Like it gets thick.
Right, right. Yeah, it's gonna interact a little bit more with what's hanging on its rind.
Yeah, because it's like a meat. It's like not the highest moisture thing you can make. It's not like a brie, but it's still like higher moisture. And a lot of like the process of making tomes is to kind of let that happen. Let the development happen, Like if you've had like tome de Savoie, like that, and like even like Saint Nectaire,
Mhm.
you look at those rinds, like they are colorful. They are thick and they are colorful.
They've
Um,
been busy.
Yeah. I think I may have forgotten to put on the tasting menu that like it's normal. So hopefully people don't get alarmed about the fact that like it's got a little bit of different colors on it. But maybe they'll watch this recording.
Yeah.
And hopefully, yeah, no one but that's part of the education, right? It's like a lot of these classic European styles were just let to live the cave.
So I mean, this is the only place you can get this cheese.
Yes, it's only
And
through us.
it's complete. I mean, as it's sitting here more at room temperature, and granted, it is a very warm day here in Minnesota. We're nearly at 50 degrees. Um, it is becoming to the point of spreadable
Oh, awesome.
whatever, the sourdough butter crostinis. I love
Yeah,
this
and you've
semi-freddies.
had
I
it.
love this anyway. Semi-freddy.
They've got some great crostinis. Like we featured like a olive one before. That was really good. I really,
Great packaging on that.
yeah, and they give you a lot. Um, yeah, I mean that's interesting because you've also had it in the grotto for longer. So like it probably has ripened and softened in texture, I would think, from when you first opened it.
Yeah, it definitely has. It's starting to, you can kind of see on this side a little bit better.
Ooh, yeah, that's expanding.
And that was on, just now sitting like this, so gravity.
Yes. Oh wow.
Gravity
Okay,
affects cheese
cool.
as well as humans.
Love it. Oh my God. Okay, well, I'm excited for you to spread that on a crostini. Um, mine is not quite like that yet. It's also it hasn't been out for as long, so um, but yeah, I'm excited to hear what people think about this. I also kind of think it would be cool to do some kind of like follow up, like let
Yeah,
us know your notes on the cheese we had made exclusively for you kind of vibe.
that would be really cool. Yeah, because this is a very well, obviously it's an unusual cheese. I would love to hear people's thoughts on it.
Yes, I know. We should do that. We should do that. And then, we could help them become members in shaping the next release.
That'd be cool. That'd be really
Yes.
cool. I think so far these two cheeses are like what I would describe as unctuous.
Oh, yeah.
And that for, not to get too far into descriptors is probably a good word for Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And we're not serving oysters. So I'm good with that.
Yeah, you can get the round mouth feel without the oyster. Um, Amazing. So yeah, let's get into the third cheese here. And then we can play around with some pairings. I usually like doing this. Sometimes I go crazy and I go straight to the pairings, but I don't know. I'm in a mood where I'm like, it's nice to like examine each one first a little and then be like, what am I getting out of this experience? And then add in the pairings after. But I love this blue cheese. Oh yeah, you should see. Carrie had hers out in the grotto and it's been weeping a little bit or a
It's
lot of
been weeping a little bit. It's been weeping quite a little bit.
it. Yeah. It's a
So, so
yeah,
she's gonna go into her own little containery here.
beautiful.
And I like using, when I build a board, I quite often do use dishes upon dishes. Um, just to, when you have it sitting out, and especially with a blue cheese, if you put a compote or a honey or something on it, it wants to go all over the place. And then if you have it here, then I feel like it goes all over everything. And maybe you don't really want that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like it's stronger. It might like mingle a little much with the other things on the board. So it's like kind of a rule of thumb in general with blues where sometimes giving them their own space is nice. Like even in the grotto, it's like sometimes if you have a multi-tiered, multi-level grotto, it can be nice to put the blues on one shelf and then or like the stronger things on one shelf and then have the lighter cheeses on another. Um,
I did that yesterday when I put everybody in the grotto and then took it on the road. I believe it or not, a jumbo cupcake liner
uh-huh.
works great
Oh,
as a tent over a blue.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I'll tent like cheese paper on it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm, I think I've said this many times at this point, but maybe not enough times that I'm like a very laid back grotto user. Like there are rules you can follow, but for me, I'm kind of like, yeah, it's fine to have it in there with another piece of cheese on the same shelf. Like I don't mind it. Not much seems to happen, but sometimes we recommend like, yeah, if you tent it with something like with cheese paper or wax paper, parchment paper, like it just gives it its own little microclimate because it's got a lot of activity as a blue. It's got all these active, delicious molds in it. Um, so yeah, so why don't we give it a try?
That one's got some barnyard. And I like barnyard.
Mm. You don't like it?
Look at your face.
I'm like, ah.
Yum. Hmm. Yeah, it's a very active and sticky rind. So she's been moving a lot. Nice.
Yeah. It's 100% sheep milk blue, which I don't know, maybe you could say that twice in the United States. I don't know how many times you could say that for ones. Three times?
Yeah,
Like
maybe that. Shepherd's Way, I think their blue is 100% sheep's milk.
amazing. Yeah, there's a few producers that
Hmm.
do 100%, but it's very small.
Very small.
Um, and so yeah, you don't really get this is like modeled after a Roquefort. So if you are looking to support an American version of a classic, this is a fun one to try. Um, you know,
Hmm.
not identical to Roquefort. No one's claiming that. It's definitely
Oh gosh, no.
an
But
original.
same sheep breed, right?
Yeah, the Lacon
Hmm.
sheep. And Green Dirt Farm, they're farmstead, so they have their own herd. They do rotational grazing, very much focused on the soil quality and grass fed during the months where it's available and harvesting their hay. So that's kind of where the name came from for Green Dirt, in terms of kind of this like conscientious approach to making cheese. And I mean, if you make cheese out of sheep milk and that's your main thing, like that is like to me one of the ultimate labors of love, because like you only make so much cheese per year. Um, they are uh seasonal ladies, they have
Yeah.
I mean, you could stagger them so you have milk all year, but like their yield is not large, but it's incredibly high in butter and protein
Mhm.
and butter fat. So it makes really amazing curd. But sometimes we'll weep as you see it.
Yes.
Uh, High moisture sheep milk cheese, blue cheese in the grotto does like to weep if you leave it out at room temperature. So, but yeah, I really love this. I think it's a really great American original. I'm also excited to pair it with the plum apple and apple chutney
It's gonna
and
be, I mean, it needs
chocolate.
it's sweet. These blue cheeses tend to be really quite salty, so they love sweet.
Yeah, totally. And like this could be really fun if you wanted to go like the classic port, pairing with like the blue cheese and maybe some of the plum chutney.
And I
And
do have I'm gonna grab it real quick. Um, Dessert wine in the fridge.
ooh,
I
oh
don't
my
want you
God.
to see my refrigerator.
Okay, I'm sure it's fine, but it doesn't, maybe you didn't stage it for us, but
Muscat Blanc, Napa Valley.
ooh, okay, let's try. I'm
Let's
like
see if I can
making
get
you
it
taste
open. Oh,
everything.
Mike put the cork in, which means I might need assistance.
All over one of the cats. Oh yeah, I'm sure they'd love to help you in exactly the way that you need it. They wouldn't go straight for the cheese board or anything. Um, I love that I just sit here and watch you drink different drinks.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Aren't some of those books behind you hollow and you have a little hidden gem back there? Little bottle of something?
Yeah, the public doesn't need to know.
Oh,
Um,
that's sweet. That's sweet. But actually, it's kind of it winds up a little bit drier. I mean, when I see muscat, I think like cloying. This isn't cloying.
yeah, that's good.
Hmm.
I'm happy for you on
To go
that.
beautifully with the chocolate. But I think between the two, with the chocolate and the blue cheese,
Hmm.
need a bridge in there just to wet your mouth. So something, a beverage of some sort to,
Yeah, you could do sparkling with this too, right?
yeah.
Like I always just say if you're picking one and you have some rich cheeses, like a dry sparkling wine can be a great choice.
Yeah.
Um,
Always start with that. Something sparkling
yes, it's a great place to start for sure.
when tasting through stuff, just in general. I had some of the rind, and again, that I figured the Cab Franc would like funk it up, and it did not.
I love that. It's like you wouldn't, I don't know. Do you normally think of Cab Franc and Blue together? I never.
I don't usually think of Cab Franc as a pairing wine. Usually what when I want to go for like a light-bodied red, a food-friendly red, I either think Pinot Noir or Sangiovese, especially Sangiovese goes really well just with food in general. But I haven't thought too much about Cab Franc. But then it all comes down to the winemaker, and the style that they
God,
like to make their wine in, the year, it comes down to everything, just like the cheese. It
I
comes
know.
down to the year, it comes down to so many things, like, smoke taint for crying out loud. I also heard we were in um we were in Tamales Bay and on a sheep and goat farm, and he was telling us about having goats and sheep. And he said sheep just like to die.
Oh
So
my
they're
God.
kind of high maintenance animals when it comes to farming them. And also, I believe that the teats like go sideways. So you can't exactly put them on the same milking machine as other animals.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
kind of interesting because they when they are first born, there's a lot of maintenance with those lambs to make sure they're up and good and going. So it's a real high touch industry to milk sheep and then make cheese from that milk.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's why I always encourage everyone to go to a cheese farm.
Right. And we did just learn that sheep's milk or sheep only produce A2.
Yes.
I'm gonna triple check that, but that's what my initial research was they only produce A2. So, if you have an A1 sensitivity, um, sheep's milk cheeses just in general are going to be just A2. So you don't
Yeah.
necessarily have to, go through and check all the labels. As long as it's sheep's milk, it should just be A2.
Yeah, I mean it's in general like both the goat and sheep are a lot more digestible for sure. So that would make sense
Hmm.
for sure.
And
And oh, sorry.
my dad does not like goat's milk cheeses. He says it's like licking a goat.
Oh,
Um,
not
And
all of
I
them.
think sometimes I think there's that association that the small ruminants are always going to have a similar palate to their milk. So goat's milk cheeses are going to taste like sheep's milk cheeses are going to taste like goat's milk cheeses. I don't like goat's milk cheeses, and they don't. Um, the only thing that I noticed differently in sheep's milk cheeses is there's kind of this toothiness. It's not really like the cheese diamonds that we talk about with aged cheeses,
Yeah.
the crystals. But it's kind of almost a chew, a little bit of something that gets in your sounds bad, gets in your teeth. It doesn't get in your teeth. You can feel it when you grind your teeth together. There's a little bit of a chew that comes with sheep's milk cheeses. I'm not sure what that is, but
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, it is definitely like super high protein butterfat yield. So I
mhm.
do wonder if like there's something related to that density.
Yeah,
Um,
that density is what it is.
yeah. But I made a little crostini here. I put some of the black
Nice.
pepper liver mousse on there, a little bit of the blue cheese, and then the plum and apple chutney, which like this is what I was like waiting to do with this combo of things because it's like, yeah, you kind of get like, yeah, the meatiness, the sweetness, the minerality, and the earthiness, like, and then the buttery crostini all in one go.
My pate has already been tapped into.
Oh,
Um, Yes, I allowed the husband to have some last night. He loves pate.
oh,
Well, we're originally from Wisconsin, so we call it Braunschweigert. Um, and he loves it. And he left this morning for South Africa. So I'm like, you better have some before you go.
oh, yeah.
And he loved it.
It's really good. It's I mean, they're a really great company, the Alexian pate company. Like they really have some great quality pates. Like,
This one is quite a bit softer than the last one that we had at Halloween time or October. But still kind of slices. I don't know. It still seems to be something that you would just scoop off and spread, right?
yeah, totally. It's like I think what did we have? I think we had a pate. Was that it? I'm trying to remember. Because this one is a mousse, so it definitely has like a
Oh, this is true. And maybe that is the
spreadable
difference. Okay.
texture. Yeah, but it's like I'm not someone that every day will enjoy a mousse, like a liver mousse, but it's like to me for a special occasion, for more indulgent pairings, it's like really awesome. I love it with blue cheese or like more funky cheeses because yeah, you definitely are able to have like kind of a really wonderful balanced like full-bodied pairing. which is why, yeah, I really was like, yes, the blue, the mousse, the, the plum chutney. This is gonna be good. Chutney is great with like meaty pairings. You could use this chutney for like if you're cooking meat dishes too. Like it's just like a really lovely thing to have. But um, it has, chutney also has a little bit of acidity to it, so it like helps cut through the richness as well. A lot of time plum and port are paired together. This one's
Hmm.
plum and apple, but then you just add a port in there and the blue and port is perfect. So it was like, this is going to be fun for people. So, um, but yeah, yeah, very
One of
much
the
like that.
fun tips for blue cheeses that especially like this one with its consistency. Uh, it sounds a little bit weird, but when you spread it on a crostini, add a little bit of butter.
Hmm. Totally.
It kind of smooths over some of the blue notes, but also enhances the general mouth feel. If you mix a little bit of blue with butter on top of your crostini.
Yeah, no, totally. It's like just I would do like especially if you have people in your family who are a little bit like, I don't know, it's blue. You could bring some butter, especially cultured butter.
Hmm. Yeah, we
Maybe
haven't done that yet. Have you thought about putting butter in the one of the kits?
I did a while back.
Okay.
We had like a pasta themed one. And so we put like a whole wheel of like Pepe Saya cultured butter in there. But we could do that again. They also have they have a product they released which is like cultured butter that like this one's like really sweet though, and I didn't really feel like maybe it would work as well but it's like maple syrup
Mm,
and then just like cultured butter that's been poured over with maple syrup, so it like infuses into the cultured butter, and it's like
okay.
a shelf stable thing.
Wow.
Crazy. So I haven't
And
actually
shelf
tried that.
stable.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was gonna bring it back on the plane, and I was like, this is gonna be liquid, so I'm not gonna I can't and I didn't have a check bag, so I still haven't tried it, but yeah, Pepe Sai is like they make like they're like Amish uh company, and they make really tasty cultured butter. So but yeah, I'm gonna try. So with the we have
Mm.
this we talked about the mousse, we talked about the apple plum and apple chutney.
Hmm.
We also have our little fun strawberry chocolate, which pardon that it seems it did break in transit probably, but uh still delicious. And actually I just feel like when it's naturally broken and you can just plate it that way, it's nice. It's like pre-portioned shards, but um
Yeah, mine too.
yeah, it's hard. It's hard with the chocolate. But Milene Jardine's a friend of mine and she made it for us as well. So it is basically they get a lot of freeze-dried strawberries and
Oh.
blend them and crush them and then built like basically fold that into the chocolate while
Mm.
they're making it. So you get, they're not, there's a 70% dark chocolate. So it already naturally has like these like kind of fruity berry qualities to it. So that strawberry just like serves to enhance that. And like blue and chocolate is a really popular pairing, but like I would try this with the other cheeses as well. Um, it might even stand out more with like the more cowbell, for example,
Yeah. Yeah.
just because the blue is so full bodied, you might not be able to get like the full nuance of.
Of a salty sweet, just in general. Salty cheese.
Mm. Yeah, that's lovely. I just ate it with the
Hmm.
more cowbell. Bit like,
One thing I think I would do is, especially with dark chocolate, put that on your palate first
hmm
and let it hang for a minute. Warm it up, and then with a little cheese.
yeah.
So
That's
they
great.
come together a little better in your mouth.
I know. I just like made a sandwich and then ate it. What you're saying is the right way. But, do a little bit of, do whatever, definitely do what Carrie recommended, but then also if you are feeling indulgent, just stack them on top of each other. But no, I love doing that too because it's like you get to really, and in general, it's like the nice thing to do, right? Is like try the thing first, independent, and then see how it's influenced or elevated by an additional pairing. Um, so
Yeah,
that
totally.
that's always
How
an
they change each other.
yeah. I'm gonna have another piece of
When
the
we
baby
work
plush.
on pairings, I usually have three directions that I come from. So like a parallel pairing. So the notes, the tasting notes in this
Mm,
are similar, going to be, they're not the same kind of descriptors as in this item. So like you have a buttery Chardonnay and you have an aged Gouda. So they have kind of the same buttery, nutty notes.
mhm,
Um, so they should, of course, it always comes down to the taste test, work together. And then there's the perpendicular, which is salty sweet. So blue cheese and a sweet jam or honey. The
mhm.
salty sweet complement each other. And then the other direction that we come from is what grows together goes together. And so if you're going to be enjoying a goat cheese, think Sauvignon Blanc because Loire Valley. Um, if you're going to be enjoying an Alpine style cheese, think Riesling because Alps.
Yes.
It's a great place to start thinking about what you want to pair. Um, the worst thing you can do is get a bad bite in your mouth and then think you hate it. You think you hate that wine, you think you hate that beer, you think you hate that coffee or whatever, when really it was the pairing that just threw you off of both products, whatever. I remember the first time I had prosciutto, I thought I hated prosciutto. Turned out I had prosciutto that had oxidized, had gone bad.
Oh, oops. No.
And Mike hated Merlot for the longest time because the first time he had Merlot, it was not a good one.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to get over that hump initially. Like, I feel like once like a memory is formed, it can be, especially that first one,
Right.
it can really be hard to like branch out after that. Um, but then when you get a food job, when you work in cheese, it's like you're just kind of, how could you not keep trying? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like there's so much cheese in front of you all the time. You're like, maybe I do like blue and I just haven't found the one I like yet. Like that kind of thing starts to happen. Um, Whereas like if when I before I got into the industry, it's like I never sought out blue cheese. I never tried to eat it or I never thought I liked it.
Really? So you didn't go in the direction of cheese before you got into the cheese industry?
No, I mean it's like I've always liked food and from San Francisco, so we have a lot of great food culture there, but wasn't part of a cheese family. It was just like oh, I need a job in between. Like I decided to take time off school. I'll work. My friend worked at a cheese shop, so I was like, I'll start working there. So yeah, it was never uh yeah, I really expanded my palate like while I was on the counter, basically. And it's like I wish that everyone could do that, like because it's like sometimes it takes like that level of exposure, right? To like I say that with blues and certain cheeses like acquired, like because sometimes it's a little shocking at first.
Yeah. Well,
But
that's cool. So just be open to new experiences is the moral of the story.
mhm. On Valentine's Day of all days.
Or Friday the 13th, as the case is.
Oh, I know. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, I hope everything's gonna
I
go
didn't think
okay.
about that.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I love, okay, this mousse is really good with the maybe blush also.
Is it?
Yeah.
Try that.
This mousse is just good, so it's like it's just gonna work. But you know, it's kind of a similar thing. It's a little bit more of a full-bodied cheese, so it's like nice to have like that kind of meaty richness alongside it.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. That's dinner in a bite. That was really nice. The black pepper.
Yeah,
I really like the black pepper. I mean, we have salty cheeses. Pepper is a natural complement.
yeah,
And then also you'll find it in wine.
yeah. I'm also kind of proud of myself that there is like literally no truffle in here. Like that's an easy thing to do. So we do put feature truffle, like, but I feel like
Oh, defaulting to truffle?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
defaulting to truffle and like Valentine's Day pairings. Sometimes nice to
I
try.
appreciate that. I think truffle is a little overdone
Yeah. It's like
myself
easy, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, oh, we're being fancy and it's a special occasion. Like, give me some truffle. But
because it's, like hard to get. And so, yeah, special occasion.
yeah, although now there's like the truffle sauce. Was it, have you had that? The truffle hot sauce?
That black pepper in there. I've been on the black pepper lately. I don't know why. Big black pepper kick. And I just love how it continues in my mouth. Because I'm not a big pate fan or mousse, as the case is. But with something else, it's really nice.
Yay. Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, it's delicious. Yeah, we got some great little pairings here. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think
I
other
hope
than
everyone
that,
enjoys this cheese. It's really good. That made me blush. It's just really unique and interesting. It's fun to sit down and just focus on. And I would be that obsessive compulsive person that would sit and like dissect it and look through all the pieces and parts of it and taste each piece just to see how it's aging from inside or outside in. And especially since it's a brand new cheese.
yeah.
It's not a flyby while you're, vacuuming or whatever, grabbing a piece of cheese and cracker. It's something to really concentrate on, pay attention to, and enjoy.
No, totally. That, you know, and that really is the goal of the subscription as well, is to like have those moments and kind of, yeah, just like explore in a way that maybe you don't normally, just in our busy schedules and lives and all of that. But, you know, it's all about slowing down, enjoying the
Hmm.
moment, enjoying each other. Try to set the mood here, you know?
Stuffing our faces.
Yeah. And then pure gluttony. But yeah.
Watching rom-coms.
Yes.
I suppose my t-shirt says it all. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm just here for the cheese.
Oh yeah. You know, it's okay. It's okay if that's the only reason why you're there. Supposed to be about the, love and all those other things. Cheese love. It's about cheese love.
Cheese love.
Amazing. Yay. Well, yeah. I wonder if there's any other thoughts we have before we bid everyone adieu.
No, I think we have oh, I have to look at my calendar. We have 1 or 2 more weeks that this can be ordered.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we have it can be ordered. I know I'm like I need to look also because February is shorter. Yeah, we have two more. So yeah, it can be ordered by the Sunday or ordered by the 22nd. So you can continue the love. throughout the month of February to
Nice.
whomever you want to receive it.
Because I
Uh,
don't think that this cheese is going to be available anymore. Is it?
no, I
Who
mean, unless
knows?
we bring it back. Yeah,
Right.
like I honestly have no clue if they even have any more of this ch cheese available. I told them how much I needed, and it was like, what? Like I got like everything. So um yeah, so yeah, it is a very special one. I mean, maybe we can bring it back if people like it, but I am really into this idea of like sending out a little survey about the custom cheese that we had made. I think that would be really fun. So I think we should
Yeah, and
do
see what
that.
folks thought.
Yeah, see what
'Cause
people thought. Yeah. See what kind of like other cheeses they might be interested in, other types of it, explorations. A lot of the custom cheeses that we do make with makers have some kind of like infusion.
Mhm.
Um, a lot of that just has to do with like fitting into the program in a way that's like makes sense for the maker. Like if we reinvent the cheese wheel, pun intended, like too much, then they have to create an entirely new process of production
Yeah,
for us. And so a lot of times we'll take some kind of foundational recipe, what they already make, and then try to make something new and explorative, like with or exploratory, like um, with the style that they already are familiar with. Um, so we haven't yet gotten into making cheeses that are like really hard because also you'd have to wait.
yes.
Like we could get feedback now for something that'll be available in December if we want. Like we could figure that out, right? Like but that would be like the main thing is that the softer ones are a lot we can develop new things more quickly that way. So
Yeah, we can turn those a
yeah.
lot easier than a hard aged cheese. But this is probably, I mean, how long has the tome aged?
From what they said, it was like, yeah, I thought it was like 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's like longer than it was like they said it was, yeah, it was 3 months because it was like they had a tome that they produced, but they didn't know what they were doing with it. They just like were using it as an experiment. And then they when I reached out, they were like, we'll roll it in rose petals. And we'll see like we'll develop it that way. And they gave it like its distinct character and its name, and then it was born. So
Gotcha. It'll be interesting to see how it hangs on in the grotto
yeah, take some photos. I'd love to
until
see.
Mike gets home. So
Yeah.
she's all ready to go into the refrigerator to hang on to these items. Um, what I'm quite often when I prepare something like ahead of a dinner party or whatever in the grotto, put cheeses in there, and I also put meats in just to temper them, but not for long term
Yeah.
or longer term. That would be an interesting experiment, which I don't know that I want to do. Putting a pate in there with these very active, busy little girls.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we do have a customer who uses them for curing and storing
Yes.
charcuterie. We just posted about that on our Instagram like a couple weeks ago. But he has like one for cheese and one for charcuterie. So they are not necessarily um,
Right.
communicating with each other too much. But I also will prep stuff in the grotto, like with like charcuterie and things like that, just for the short term before serving and for like a shorter term period of storing. And it's like very convenient that way for sure.
Yeah. No, it makes it super easy that way. One less thing off the dinner party list. You can do it way ahead of time.
Yeah, I know. And that's it, right? It's like, yeah, that's the first thing people are going to have when they come over. So usually, unless you're very French and you have the cheese at the end of the meal. But usually in America, you
Your
have
dessert
this
wine.
first. Yes.
Or your espresso.
Yeah, this could replace a chocolate cake, you could have this for dessert.
Yep.
But yeah, like I feel like it is nice for that because you can prep it, just have it storing either tempered or in the fridge, and then be doing everything else you need for when people come over, and then just bring it, just make sure it's tempered before they get there, and then you have a really cool way to showcase everything simultaneously is uh
And don't put the crackers in there.
oh yeah. We don't want these crostini becoming sad and soggy. So you can add those in the final moment. Awesome. Well, I hope you have a great Valentine's Day
Yeah, you as well.
and weekend. And
Me and my cats will be hanging out. That's about it. That's as good as it gets, Jessica.
sounds great, actually. Uh, you got your cheese, you got your cats. What else do you
Yeah.
need? Um, I've always been a little bit like meh on Valentine's Day because like I don't know, I feel bad. It's like, why do you gotta force everyone to like be romantic? What if they're not?
Right,
Like they don't know. So like a little bit of a societal pressure thing. But you can also just have Galentine's Day or
right.
what it would be the male version of that. I don't know.
Even that's a little societal pressure, if you ask me. Sorry.
Yeah. Well,
I've
I
always
love, I
been
love
working
my
in the
societal.
floral department on Valentine's, so
Oh my gosh.
I just like watching the spectacle and
Uh,
coming home and passing out. That's about it.
yeah, that is huge to be in flowers for Valentine's Day.
Seeing all those flowers come in, when you get your shipment. Oh my gosh. And it's just that's what it is to me. It's just, oh my gosh, we're gonna get a gazillion roses and all these other flowers that smell wonderful in the deep dark depths of winter. That's what Valentine's is to me.
Yeah, you're like, make it make sense. Where are
Yeah.
these coming from? Yeah.
Smell, smell. There's scent out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that I'm sure that's crazy. That's like cheese during the holidays or something where you're just like fried afterwards.
Right.
But um but yeah, no, I mean, but every day is a good day
Mhm.
to show love and appreciation. So hopefully your box of cheese will help you along that journey. Uh, but great.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, we will see you hopefully next month. We're gonna have a women's box,
Mhm.
women's theme. March is Women's History Month. So we really like to showcase women makers. We have three women cheesemakers and women-owned pairing companies, which will be really fun. I think we might also have a special guest, but I'm just gonna leave it at that because we're still figuring that part out right now. But yeah, but we should have some a guest joining us as well. Also a woman. Uh, and we're going to just celebrate how much women contribute to the cheese industry. It is so much. It's crazy. They're a huge part of what keeps this going here in the States. So it's always fun to take a moment to uplift them too. So they're making awesome cheese. So it's a win-win.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Yay. All righty. Well, see you soon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.